Assalamualaikum everyone. Welcome to Do Station with another video. I hope you are good. You are enjoying life. You are learning well, and my efforts are helping you guys. Basically, we are covering our series on the fundamental concepts in HSE, and we are learning the key terminologies in HSE. Today we will learn new terminologies, which are what is occupational welfare, occupational pollution, what is waste, what is waste management, and what is emergency response plan or emergency response procedure. So this is what new we will learn today. And also, if you have any feedback, any suggestions, please share with me. So I would try to include them as well. So let's move to our topic and understand them. Welcome to presentation, everyone. We are covering our series on the fundamental concepts in HSE, the key terminologies or the important terminologies used in HSE. We are understanding them. And today is the seventh part of this series. Let's look into the introduction. So we know that these terminologies we are understanding are very crucial for anyone who is practicing the HSE. If you have good understanding of these key terminologies, obviously then you can implement them that you are practicing, and you can make them more effective and more progressive in the field. And also you can play more positive role in the occupational health, safety, and environmental performance in your organization. So let's see which terminologies we are going to learn today. So today we will understand the occupational welfare, then occupational pollution, then waste management, what is waste and how we manage it, and emergency response plan. So these are the terms we are going to understand today. Let's start them. So let's understand what is occupational welfare. So provision of the facilities and conditions that ensure the well-being and comfort of employees in the workplace. So basically, these are the basic needs of any human being for the daily life. Daily life. So these include the sanitary facilities, which include toilets, showers. They should be good condition, and the accessories related to them. Then drinking and food facilities like the food preparation area, food storage area, food eating area, like that. And then the rest and break areas. Obviously, workers want to relax or take some break, so there should be some area which is suitable for that. Then provide provision of the teas, coffees, or drinks like this. Then first aid and medical facilities. Then hygiene and cleaning facilities to make sure that workers are healthy, clean, and healthy, and also storage areas for their dirty clothes and the clean clothes separately. So when they come to the work, they store their clean clothes in their locker, and then when they have finished the work, they store their dirty clothes there, and laundry facilities like this. Then employee assistance programs, like if workers are feeling some stress, there should be some counseling, to make the worker easy and relax and remove his stress levels. And then transportation and accommodations, where the provision of the facilities to move the worker from the his accommodation to the work site, and etc. So these are basically the welfare facilities that a business have to provide to the workers. So now let's understand what is occupational pollution. So let's first define it. The release of substances into the environment that can cause harm or contamination of the environment, including air, water, soil, and living organisms with harmful substances or products. So basically, if our business is releasing anything that is harmful to the environment, it may be liquid, it may be gas, it may be solid. So such a release is called in occupational pollution. And let's see that some examples. There can be air pollution. Let's say we are releasing some gases or dust which is hazardous to the environment or air. So this is environmental pollution, air pollution. Then water pollution, we are dumping our waste into the some lake, river, or in the source of water where the water supplies are going. So we mix with them. So this is a water pollution. Then soil pollution, we are dumping our waste into the land where plants growth can be affected, or maybe the agricultural characteristics of the land soil can be impacted. Similarly, noise pollution, which impacts the environment and human as well. Similarly, light pollution, excessive artificial lighting basically disrupt the natural habitats like animals, birds, so they impact their life. So these are all types of occupational pollution. Okay, now let's look at the sources of pollution: industrial activities, chemical plants, manufacturing plants, mining operations. Then transportation, vehicle combustion engines, where we are using the very dangerous, polluting our environment. Agriculture activities, pesticides, fertilizer, different type of dangerous sprays, etc. Then construction activities also, like building activities, demolition, excavation activities are the contributor to the pollution. Then domestic activities, household waste and gardening chemicals. So it is all these things, household fuels we are using. So these are the basically contributor to the pollution. What are the effects? Human health effects: respiratory problems, cancer, and other diseases. Then environmental damage, climate change, ecosystem, and the biodiversity loss. For example, in our childhood, the animals or birds we used to see in our surroundings, they are no more there. Then economic consequences, obviously, if you are not controlling or your reputation is not good, you can lose the clients, customers, especially in the global world nowadays. If you are not controlling, if you are if you are releasing too much pollution, so maybe you can lose the business, or also that you are damaging the infrastructure this way, and it can be natural or built infrastructure. Also, the health cost you have to bear will increase if you are not controlling the pollution effectively, as your workers will be more and more sick, and you have to maybe pay more and more compensation or medical bills. So these are the some impacts. Now let's how to control them. Nowadays there are strict regulations in national or international levels. Also there are good standards, comprehensive, robust standards to control the occupational pollutions. And also the permissible exposure limits are set for different substances. So we should abide by them. We should follow the standards. Then we should do monitoring and reporting, and we should analyze the situation. We should analyze our performance, and we should improve our performance. Then safer alternatives, obviously combustion engines can be replaced with green energy solutions like solar systems. Then obviously we should have a comprehensive, effective waste management system to make sure that we are not polluting our environment. And obviously then we should conduct public awareness sessions or training or education sessions, even for the workers and public, for all. So together we can all control this pollution issue. Now, okay, let's look at the occupational waste. Let's define it. Any substance or object that is no longer wanted, needed, or useful, we are going to discard it, reject it, or abandon it, and destined for disposal is called waste. So basically, any material at your business which is of no use for you and you are going to dispose of it is called waste. What is waste management? Let's define it. The systematic and controlled process of handling, storing, transporting, treating, and disposing of waste generated from the various activities of the organization, or the process of handling, storing, and disposing of the waste safely. So, simply saying, basically, the waste management is a systematic approach to your waste so that you are disposing of your waste safely. So it includes basically handling, then storage of the waste, then treatment of the waste, and then dispose of the waste. So this is any such system that do it systematically is called waste management system. Let's see some example. There is industrial waste, chemicals like fuels, oil, then construction waste, concrete, asphalt, etc. Then commercial waste, food, paper, cardboard, etc. Then there are domestic waste, household trash, garbage, etc. So these are some types of the waste. So now, basically we categorize or divide the waste into the two types, which are non-hazardous and hazardous waste. Now let's understand them. So now let's understand what is the non-hazardous waste basically. So the non-hazardous waste is basically the waste that does not pose any significant threat to humans or environment. And the such waste, anyone can handle this waste by just implementing simple waste management standards or general waste management standards. Let's see some examples. The food waste from the household or restaurants or even from the organization. Paper waste, cardboard waste, wood waste, glass, plastic, construction waste like bricks, etc. So such types of waste which does not pose any significant threat to the environment or humans are called non-hazardous waste. So now let's understand what is the hazardous waste. So basically any waste that poses significant threat to the humans or the environment is called hazardous waste just because of its characteristics or properties. Maybe that it can be corrosive, toxic, flammable, reactive, radioactive, or something that can cause the cancer, carcinogen. And also to handle such type of waste, we need special protocols and procedures or management systems so we can carefully or specially handle them and treat them carefully, safely. Now, let's look at some of the examples. Chemicals and hazardous substances are included. Batteries, and then hazardous metals are included like mercury, lead. Then electronic waste is very dangerous, pesticide, fertilizer, and different types of sprays. Medical waste, which is very dangerous, syringes, etc. So they can cause infections or very dangerous diseases. So these are the types of waste. So how to handle them? So basically there are national and international regulations and standards. So we can follow them, we can adopt them to make sure that we are carefully, safely handle these types of waste. So next is the emergency response plan. Let's define it. It is a documented procedure or set of actions that to be taken during any emergency to avoid or minimize the harm to the people, our business or environment. So basically, how we do it? So first of all, we identify all the foreseeable emergencies that may happen, that may harm us. Then we develop comprehensive procedure or set of actions to avoid them that must be taken during that act if the emergency happens. And then we dedicate the roles and clear roles and responsibilities to everyone. And then we train the people, we do the drills, so we are trained in execution of this plan. And then in case of any emergency if happens, so we readily execute this plan so we can avoid any harm to our people, business, or the environment. So fire emergency is a big emergency. So we prepare a fire plan, include evacuation plan, firefighting plan, and things like that. Then environmental emergency, medical response, national disaster, or any sort of emergency. So but what we do, we make a plan, then we communicate it to the people, and then we train them about it, and then we practice it. So in case of any emergency, we can readily respond to that to avoid any sort of harm or bad impacts. So we covered all the topics. Let's conclude what we learned basically. So occupational welfare basically the basic needs of the human for the normal daily life. We organization provide drinking water, toilets, etc. Occupational pollution, any contamination that we release into the environment and that is dangerous for human and environment. Occupational waste, any unwanted material that is of no use for us and we are going to dispose of. And it may be hazardous or non-hazardous. Then emergency response plan, the set of actions or the written procedure to be followed in case of any emergency to avoid or minimize the consequences of any emergency. So that was it for today. I hope my efforts are helping you and beneficial for you. And thank you for watching and your support. So until the next video, stay safe and healthy. So until next video, Allah Hafiz, take care.